destruction. Guess who's here? The bad boys of wrestling. Just a competition, win the war, that's their mission. Not no mercy, see the rings like the street. If you don't know, you better find out the wolf pack. Here to prove a point, number one, just believe that you don't want to tussle with them or be a fool of them. Come in the ring with them, you're never walking out again. Don't turn your back on the wolf pack. Don't turn your back on the...
Happy Thursday. You know what time it is? It is time for the filler segment, everybody's favorite shit program, especially now that we got a two-parter, our first two-parter. Come on, man. That means we're going places.
Yes.
We are going places. As I said, there it is, top 50 part 2 right there, man. I mean, we had an interesting, lengthy discussion with our lists as a whole. And, brought up some names that we agreed with, we disagreed with, but now comes the fun part. Now we get to rank them. We're going to rank them, but I think there's a little special caveat to this. But before we get into that, as per usual, like, share, subscribe. You guys want to see more of this? Give us some ideas.
Do all of that good stuff. Please comment what y'all want to hear us talk about.
Right, for real. I mean,
comment what y'all want to hear us talk about.
Well, we'll figure it out, man.
Please feel free. I mean, if you have access to us, aside from doing the show, please reach out. Group members, feel free to post suggestions in the group. Anybody, we might as well make a poll sooner or later.
Yeah, we'll do it again. I mean, the Hall of Fame one went over. Pretty good. That one was fun, and I keep saying it every week. We're a show for the fans, by the fans, man. So, this is just as much your show as it is ours, with just the faces. So anyways, that's what's going on. So please, again, like, share, and subscribe. Tell everybody. That's all you got to do. And we got
my light right. My bad, John. Get my light right.
It's all right, man. It's into the summer months. We're all kind of getting into that little slack stage with the heat. So, I mean, because it is, I don't know about over there in Western Mass, but over here, man, it was a scorcher.
Yeah, we we hit the 90s the last couple of days. It was definitely really, really hot yesterday, man. But it's gonna cool down this weekend. We got
it's a precursor to 4 straight days of rain. So
yeah,
whatever.
I'm with it though. I love the rain, man. I lived in Seattle for a while. That was that's nothing to me. The rain here, let it rain for 4 straight days, please. I lived out there. It rained for like 26 days in a row. 4? Yeah, okay. So
you had to build. Yeah, y'all be building rafts and shit out there. I got you, and you got your wings. I see again, like you did last week.
Yes.
I got New Bedford finest tap water and my WrestleMania 35 souvenir cup.
With the mean mug, Scalderanzi on the front.
Means everybody, man. I got
scrunch faces, Mark calls
scrunch face people who no longer work for the company on there. I mean,
wow,
or who aren't there anymore. But more on that later. So let's dive right into it, man.
Yeah, can we? I mean, I know you mentioned that there was a special twist to the show. Let's just get it out there, man. At the end of this show, we are going to pretty much make, in our opinion, what would be our Mount Rushmore for professional wrestling. So for the first, while, we're going to go and chop down 50 through 5. And once we get to 5, we're going to compare top 4s and then make the Mount Rushmore out of the top 4. So that means we might be going a little over.
It might be going a little over, but you know what?
Listen,
it's gonna be worth it. Plus, we got an event center that's gonna be worth listening for. So.
And the only person that got to be anywhere tomorrow over here is Navy. I'm off and Crystal's off, so we can go to bed a little late tonight.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I got to go do the cheesesteak thing, but you know what? I'm not doing it now, so let's get right into it. So let's go. I'm gonna punch up my. I got to get my notes up, and I'm good. I'm good. All right. So where we left off, yesterday, last week, is I gave you my 50 through to 43, and then we just went. Then we just went and listed them all off, just who made the list. But essentially my 50 through, I'd probably say, let me look at this again. I'm gonna say 50 through 10. Or not even, no, I would say 50 through 11. Because my top 10 is my top 10.
Okay.
So that's that. But you know, if like so just a quick recap on mine. I'm just gonna go through mine just real quick. I mean, and we can stop and discuss as needed.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, I have Samoa Joe at 50, 49 Goldust, 48 Gorgeous George, not to be mistaken with Randy Savage's valet back in WCW. 47, I got Muda. 46, I have Styles. 45, I have the original Sheik. 44, Arn Anderson. 43, Jake Roberts. 42, Ricky Dozen. 41, Luthez. 40, Eddie Guerrero. 39, the one, the only, Kurt Hennig. 38, Dory Funk Jr. 37, El Santo. 36, Big Van Vader. 35, the Lawn Dart. That would be Rey Mysterio for those of you guys keeping that score at home.
Wait, hold on. Okay. Why wasn't his name mentioned last week?
Because you wanted to skip over it.
No,
I don't mean like skip over it, but we were running short on time and you just said, fucking go.
Yeah, wow. But you come on. You know how I
do know how you feel about that, but you know what? I mean,
he's not bad to the point where I can't say his name. You know how I feel about Rey Mysterio.
I know how you feel about Rey Mysterio, but I mean, to be fair, you know, he is actually the face of what I want to call American luchador wrestling, like in the current era. You know, I mean, you can't deny that.
No, but like many others, you can be great. I ain't gotta like you.
No, you're right. So we're gonna move on to 34. I got Hideo Itami. 33. I got CM Punk. 32. I got Bruno.
Okay.
31. I got excuse me for the pronunciation, Mitsuharu Misawa. And then 28, I got Stan the Lariat Hansen. 27, Barack Lesnar. 26, Jushin Thunder Liger. 25, Bob Backlund. 24, Edge. 23, Buddy Rogers. 22, I got D. Bryan. 21, Ricky the Dragon. 19, I got Inoki, because you can't have Japanese wrestling without him. I mean, not even just Japanese wrestling. I'm just talking about Japan in general.
Yeah.
I mean, you cannot. You can't. So you got to keep him on the list. 18, I got Kurt Angle. 17, I got Orton. 16, I got Foley. 15, I got Harley Race. 14, this one's going to be a shocker. I got Jericho. 13, Roddy Piper. 12, Rick Rude. And 11, Sting. And that's where I'm leaving it right now. I'm going to stop it. I'm going to stop it right there. And then we'll do our top 10. So go ahead.
Ooh, Jericho. Wow. Jericho.
Yeah,
all
Jericho.
Right. So last week my list was not ranked.
Right.
This week my list is absolutely ranked from 50 to 1. So we're going 50 to 10.
Yep, you're going 50 to 11 and
50 to 11. Oh, yeah.
Yes, 50 to 11.
Gotcha. So 50 I have Buddy Rogers.
Okay.
49 I have Barry Windham. 48 I have Dave. 47 I have Bill Goldberg. 46 I have Yokozuna. 45 I have Mick Foley. 44 Ricky Steamboat. 43 Ron Simmons. 42 Tatsumi Fujinami. 41 Edge. 40 CM Punk. 39 Booker T. 38 Naito. 37. Oh, this was a typo.
Ooh.
Wow. Yikes. Let's see. Let me revisit here because I know I'm missing somebody. Who is my 37 supposed to be? My 37 was. My 37 was AJ Styles.
That's right. I remember that.
36, Randy Orton. 35, Jay Lethal. 34, Sting. 33, Nick Bockwinkel. 32, Great Muta. 31, Ted DiBiase. 30, Rick Rude. 29, Kerry Von Erich. 28, David Von Erich. 27, Scott Hall. 26, Kevin Nash. 25, Triple H. 24, Okada. 23, Ultimo Dragon. 22, Scott Hall. 21, Vader. 20, Harley Race. 19, Steve Austin. 18, Roddy Piper. 17, Shawn Michaels.
Ooh.
16 was Jake Roberts. Yes. 15, Eddie Guerrero. 14, Bob Backlund. 13, Antonio Inoki. 12, Chris Benoit. 11, Kurt Hennig.
Okay. That is respectable list right there. So now comes the fun part. Let's rank them. We're gonna go for our top 10, but before we go into that, I'm gonna do this a little bit early, just because you know what? Because we're gonna have some disputes here. I already know it, and Miss Gaines, Miss Bell is on.
Good evening.
Thank you very much. Good evening. I know it's a school night.
It's the end of the year, man.
Yep, it is. It is the end of the year. So you know what? You're forgiven. I think they'll let you go in late. So without any further ado, let's get this out of the way because we got a lot to talk about. And just so you know, if you didn't hear the lists, Brody was on there, both of them. So, which will lead us into our Lit of the Week. It's brought to you by the fine folks at the Infinite Banter, your home of infinite hip hop knowledge. So, what do you got for us? Let's see. I'm excited. The Walgreens hat.
Yeah, fuck off. Even though I just got a notification that they just lost game 2 of their doubleheader, I'm a show them some love for the split, and they're my favorite baseball team.
I was about to say they're your team, man.
They're now they're my favorite baseball team, but I had on a hat some episodes ago of the real baseball team, the guys who used to be the Expos.
Yes, and I missed the old Montreal Expos, and that was the Andreas Galarraga special. I remember that. Mm-hmm. But since he technically didn't play for the Washington Nationals, I'm going to go a little outside not too much far outside the box, and I'm not going Bryce Harper special. No, I'm going with the Strasburg special, just because it sounds like something I would order.
Yeah.
For your old school player of the week, not really old school, but I mean, hey, they're a young organization.
Yes, but they're a championship organization.
They are a championship organization. I was happy about that one. I was pulling for you. So
spend some money. Let's make it happen again.
Hey man, listen, it'll happen. You know, everyone will have its day someday, unless you live in Detroit. Unless you live in Detroit near a football team. So
they do not deserve nice things.
And don't worry, Brody was on there. That's a given. So the group is safe. Yet another day. So top 10. So we'll just go. We'll go off of each. We'll read off of each. All right. So for my number 10, I put Triple H.
Okay.
Triple H at 10 for various reasons, and I mean, come on, you don't become a COO of the company by not marrying the boss's daughter, which is the ultimate prize.
Is it really?
In or out of the ring. I mean, is he winning?
Hey,
listen, and not only that,
yes.
his not only that, but terrorizing's contribution to making NXT what it is. You know, I mean, his booking power with that, and if they if they give him the keys to the company, which I hope they do, you know, once Vince's time is finally gone, unless he's like cryogenically frozen.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I got something to that cryogenically frozen.
Go ahead.
Let me just turn my head back around. But no, I was telling Crystal today that they should freeze truth too. They should just freeze our truth.
Oh
and
yeah.
then, like whenever this whole next pandemic shit happens in another 200 years or whatever,
Just
we can
launch him out there,
thaw him out and just let him go and let him do his thing.
like Demolition Man. So yes, I agree with those terms. And yeah, our truth is definitely an honorable mention just on my list.
Oh yeah.
On my list alone, because you know what, he wasn't brought up on anybody's list, but damn it, he needs to be there.
He needs to be in the Hall of Fame tomorrow. Like by the time the door opens at Titan Tower tomorrow, Truth need to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, please do. But Triple H is my number 10. Who do you have at 10?
I have Dusty at 10.
Interesting.
Yeah. So if I got Dusty at 10, 9 through 1 must be like wow, because like I said, I did mine based off of in my opinion, just based off a resume, just how I ranked or how I saw their entire body of work, and I don't really think I have too many people below Dusty with a better overall body of work.
Right. I mean, Dusty was there through it all. I mean,
yeah.
Through all of it. I mean, he even went to the company that deliberately tried to bury him with polka dots and whatnot. He made it work.
He made it work.
So you know what? I can actually agree. I can agree to Dusty at 10 or lower. You know, anywhere in that top 10, I'd be okay with it. And not only that, but me and Dusty share a bond. He passed away on my birthday.
Yeah.
And that's something I will never forget, because I was legit just stunned that Dusty was gone, that he wasn't with us anymore. And, kind of put a damper on things, but, Dusty would have wanted me to go on, Daddy. So.
Yeah, but Dusty's my 10.
Yeah. Dusty's your 10. All right. Well, that's good. And yes, thank you for that. I know that's Ms. Bell. Yes, they did. They tried to bury him hard.
Sure did, man. He made it work.
But he made it work.
Yeah, that feud he had with Macho Man was probably one of my favorites too.
Yeah, with him and Saf. Sapphire.
Yeah.
That's right, Sapphire. Gonna get Sherry and slap her in the face. Got to get the lisp in there. It doesn't work. But all right, so I'm gonna move on to my number 9, and I know you're I can feel you shaking your head already, and I haven't even said the name, but it's Piper. It's Roddy Piper, and looking at his whole body of work, he was the driving force, or one of the driving forces behind bringing wrestling to the mainstream, because you had your face in that guy, and you needed a heel, and they had a good stable of heels, but Piper stood out. Why? Because he didn't give a fuck. No,
not at all.
So I mean, yeah, he didn't. His title reigns weren't there. He's held the tag title later on in his career with Flair, but the one that stands out obviously is the Intercontinental Championship that he held for like 6 months.
Yeah, not 6 months. He won it at the Royal Rumble and lost it at.
I was like, all right, 2 months. My bad. Yeah, a couple months. I know I got to get my time period back. So I remember it wasn't.
I just don't forget shit. That's really all that is. That's just me.
Okay, who do you got at 9?
At 9, I have Arn Anderson, because Arn Anderson is the single most underrated professional wrestler in the history of all of professional wrestling.
I can agree to that, because he's another one.
If anybody out there disagrees, fight me. But Arn Anderson I said it last week, he is the greatest to never win a world title. had everything that it took to be a world champion. I don't know if maybe he didn't want to, but he definitely should have had some runs while Flair was gone.
We touched on that last week.
Yeah,
That was the perfect opportunity to do it.
Yes,
and they gave it to Wyndham.
But overall, though, I mean, Arn, if not for him, there's just a lot that doesn't happen. Arn's probably one of the greatest tag team wrestlers ever. Could also hold his own as a single, but just everything he did from the Minnesota Wrecking Crew to the Four Horsemen, the Brain Busters, yeah. And I mean, come on now, the Spine Buster.
I was about to say that if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have a beautiful Spine Buster.
We would not, and there's not too many people that have one as good as Arn's. There's nobody that has one as good as Arn's. His is the best ever. Like,
yeah, it really is. And I mean, if you want to go with anybody close, I mean, it goes him and everybody else.
Yeah, that's it. who's after him? Literally everybody.
Literally everybody else.
Two through whatever, it don't matter. They not Arn.
Pick. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's not Arn. So that's that's good. That's a good 9 and 10. So I'm gonna roll right into 8 with Bret Hart. Bret Hart at 8. He defined a generation, as you know, that whole era was him and Mark Jollife's favorite wrestler. But mostly I just remember
Dolph Sr.
Dolph Sr., yes. I just mostly remember that he was really one of the first like what they would call fighting champions.
Yes.
They'd march him out there for superstars. And he'd go out there and do it.
Yeah, that's probably why I wasn't really a big Bret Hart fan, because he was one of the first, well, aside from Terry, but we were kids, so we didn't really know anybody.
No, yeah.
But he was really, when I first started paying attention to how Vince could just shove somebody down your throat, it was Bret Hart for me. Like, dude, why am I watching this dude literally every week? He's going to put somebody in a sharpshooter. I thought he was boring. I had to watch him every week. I wasn't really into the technical style and none of that. I was into the 6'10", 300-pound dudes, but that's who kept my attention when I watched. But I actually have Bret a little higher on my list than you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, just out of respect for his body of work, man. I can't really deny it.
No, you cannot. But Bret Hart, he's in my top 10 at.
Yeah, absolutely.
He slides in at number 8. Who do you got at the Troy Aikman spot?
My number 8 is going to shock a lot of people. But my number 8, and it's, you know what? I'm just now realizing this. Maybe you'll catch on. But my number 8 is Andre the Giant. The 8th wonder of the world is my number 8.
Wow, I have him.
Yeah.
I'll tell you where I have him, because he's in my top 10. Spoiler alert.
Yes, but but yeah, man, I have Andre in at number 8, regardless of the fact of him being my favorite. I just feel like there are guys who have come, through our industry or through this industry, with a better body of work. But Andre is just, goes without saying, man. He's Andre. He was the first major attraction worldwide, not just in certain territories. Like, I don't really have to go into a whole explanation, man. It's Andre the Giant. So I have my number 8 is the 8th wonder of the world.
That's a good spot, but I have him higher. But I'm gonna go into my 7, and the number 7. He's another one that I'm going to say he defined an era, if you will, an era. He's held multiple world titles, and his name is John Cena.
At 7.
I got him at 7. Now, I understand his title reigns and everything should have gotten him up there. However, I feel that there are a couple more deserving who didn't have as many runs, because you figure in the Cena era, there was only two people who could have held the title for that long, and it's him and somebody who's way back on my list, and that would be Orton. At that time, like in that era. I mean, Edge as well. I mean, we threw him into the mix and talked a lot about that last week.
Mm-hmm.
But I got seen. I understand that he's still kind of now the face of the company, kind of. But with all of that, just once we hit the top 5, I mean, I hope it'll lend a little clarity to it. So
okay,
I got Cena at 7.
I have the Undertaker at 7.
Okay.
I have the Undertaker at 7. I have the Undertaker at 7. Hands down, the greatest gimmick, period, ever. The greatest gimmick, period, ever.
Yeah, after everybody was trying to,
Period,
and I know at first when somebody pitches, be a dead like a dead mortician from from out west.
Yeah.
People gonna look at you and be
like what? Right. But
he made
talk about making it work, man. Like you took what may have been a bad idea because of where you came from, because Vince doesn't really like to make stars out of anybody that comes from Turner or comes from Atlanta or down south or whatever. But
yeah, whatever they said, that money pit in Atlanta, they said.
Right. But he made it work. He made it work. Taker at 7 on my list. When you hear 6 to 1, it might make a little sense.
Listen, that's where I'm feeling with my list, but my list at number 6, I have Andre.
Okay.
I have Andre at 6.
Okay.
Just because I mean, for the exact same reasons that you listed. Yeah. I mean, did you? And just to add to that, did you really need to put a title on him?
You didn't, but it would have been nice.
It would have been nice. Yeah, they gave him that. They gave him that little sham of a tag team title run with Haku. With a colossal collection.
Right.
And even though he hit the ring, but he didn't step in until he slapped the shit out of Bobby Heenan.
Yeah, seriously.
So there's that.
Okay, so Andre, what are you at 6? You had Andre at 6?
That's 6.
That's your 6? Okay, because I said we got to get to commercial soon.
Oh, yes.
But great, because I have Brett at 6.
Okay. All right.
Bret Hart at 6.
You got Bret Hart at 6, which is still good. And, so now we're going to come to the point where I have to go to the event center. But before we do that, just know that, everybody's input is well received on this. So, make your comments, get ready because our top 5s are going to be unveiled like momentarily. And then the fun part comes. Me and him have to come to an agreement. So
on 4.
On 4. So, but we're gonna unveil our top 5 after the break, and we're going to the event. We're going live to the event center.
Hi, everybody. It's Todd Pettengill with an update on the latest World Wrestling Federation news. I'm sure you've all heard about it by now, but as a result of Stone Cold Steve Austin's injury at SummerSlam and his subsequent forfeit of the tag team belt this past week at Ground Zero in your house, this superstar has gone off the deep end. He could not control himself during the Fatal 4 matchup and made sure Owen Hart and the Dog would not retain tag team belts. So we have new champions, Mosh and Thrasher, the Headbangers, and the news is still rocking fans from Seattle to Manchester. Now, you can bet they will do everything possible to remain team champions when they square off against Savio and Miguel of Los Barricos at Birmingham NEC in just 1 week. Saturday. September the 20th at 8 p.m. for one night. Only. You can see all the action for the very first time ever on pay-per-view exclusive on Skybox Office. Further information, contact the Skybox Office.
All right, we are back. Todd Pettengill here in England for one night only. Stand by.
Yeah.
Okay, you can hear me then?
Mm-hmm.
Give me 1 second. I just got to handle some business here. This thing decided to mess up on me. There we go. There we go. All right, now we're back. Sorry about that. Now that I know that Los Boricuas are taking on the British Bulldog and Owen Hart, who are not in my top 10.
No, none of the Boricuas are.
None of the Boricuas are, and I know everybody's pretty upset that no Savio Vega was
No
in there.
Savio Vega, no Quang.
No K Wang, yep. So, you know.
I scratched my head pretty hard when I found out that he was Quang.
You and me both. I'm like, he was Quang? I was
Right.
like, okay. K
Cool.
Wang.
Right,
But
K
yeah.
Wang. Not to be confused with Jimmy Wang Yang.
No. They might be related, but we don't know.
That's one of Boss Man's favorites.
He is Jimmy Wang, and spoiler alert, Eva Marie's not on my list.
Will
Not.
not be mentioned this evening
Not.
or probably any other evening that we do the show either.
And OT, not. Ever. So, you can get that thought right out of your head. But all right. Just remember, guys, before we go into our top 5, please like, share, subscribe. Let everybody know. Tell your friends, tell your girlfriends, tell your friends' girlfriends. Who cares? Just tell them. Tune in and subscribe. And as we had said at the beginning of the show, as my tag team partner here said, we're looking for some ideas. You guys want some stuff you want to talk about? Please pitch it to us. Pitch it to us. Because you know what? We can only think so much for ourselves until, we go on brain overload. And,
right, or until somebody gets hurt or something. One of us gets
gonna
hurt.
Get hurt, I know you guys don't want to be dealing with any aneurysms or anything. But all right, so here we are, that's our top 50 part 2, man. And we have come down to it. This is where it's going to get a little interesting, a little controversial. Some disagreements will probably be. I ain't even going to say going to be probably be had. Will be had.
Absolutely. As soon as you hear my number 5, we are getting into it.
All right. Well, let's go.
No, I don't know. Maybe not. At number 5, I have Kurt Angle. At 5. If we're going resume based, the man literally won everywhere he went. Everywhere he went. He went to Japan, dominated. He made the name for himself on the biggest stage. Held down at TNA for a long time, till injuries and age and all that stuff caught up with him, man. But Kurt Angle, like when you a dude that wins everywhere you go, like the major title, every single place you go, on top of being like a legitimate Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah, I think he was the first legitimate Olympic gold medalist in wrestling. So yes. I mean, that does hold. I mean, it holds a ton of weight right there. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
You know, I'll definitely give you that because I'll just spoil it. My number 5 was Taker, but you know, Kurt Angle at 5. I can. Okay. I'm not. You're not going to get much pushback from me on this on 5 because. You can't argue with a broken a gold medal with a broken freaking neck. That's what I wanted to say.
And it took him less than a year to gain Vince's trust to be the top guy in his company.
Oh, he had him win King of the Ring off the rip.
And then he was champion in 9 months or something like that.
Yeah, because he went through all of it. He went and got the European, the Intercontinental, and then he got the big one. In
less than a year. Or within a year.
So it's not an easy feat.
It really isn't, but if anybody could have done it
and made it believable, it was him.
Yeah, it was vanilla Kurt.
Yeah. Not intense Kurt who was painkiller Kurt.
No, I mean vanilla Kurt as opposed to Coco Kurt.
Oh no, Coco Kurt. Yeah. Come on, man. Forgot about Coco Kurt. For all the right reasons.
Oh man.
Okay. All right.
So now we're at 4. So this is Mount Rushmore time.
This is Mount Rushmore time. So get your chisels, get your sledgehammers, your dynamite. Find a mountain that we can carve this in because I'll do it. But okay. So the 4th spot. The 4th spot for me, The Rock. I've got The Rock at 4. But he's on the mountain. He is on the mountain, eyebrow and all.
He ain't on my mountain.
He's not on your mountain.
On my mountain.
I put him because he was one of he transcended the sport all around. Meaning, I don't mean his in-ring and whatnot. I'm talking out, as soon as he was out of the ring, he's actually, him being in wrestling elevated him even higher. Because of us, he is where he is what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's not that multi-million-dollar actor without his fan base, which all started with us.
Yeah, and exactly why I have him where I have him on my list.
And you know what?
Jesus.
No, not that one.
Oh, I was about to say, you got a coconut right there? All
yep.
right.
Yep. So that, Dwayne, you're at 4. So,
okay.
Got that when I was 19.
my 4, my first Rushmore slot is Macho Man Randy Savage.
He's on the mountain. Okay.
He's on my mountain.
Okay.
Career speaks for itself. He was the guy that Vince trusted when Terry wanted to go make bad movies. So
TV shows.
Just the bad movies because he, Savage. I mean, what can you say?
What can you not? What can you? Yeah, exactly.
What can you say? You can say everything, but
you really can. But I mean, the thing, and I'm not going to go any more into my list until I have to. But he was the most charismatic enigma ever. He was like Taylor. I mean, it's like he woke up and he became, and that's what he was. You know. He was born, and that's what he was. I mean, we all know his father. His father, Angelo, ran his promotion and everything, and he wanted to do baseball, but as soon as he cut that promo in front of Lanny, and because he's like, I'm having trouble with my promos, brother. And then Lanny had him, and he said, "Just copy this one guy." And I forgot his name. Somebody out there watching will probably correct me on this, but I do remember that they showed the promo on the A&E biography of the guy that he was trying to impersonate,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like bending bars with his teeth. He's like, so, and then he always started his promo off by going, "Oh yeah!" And he's just this big like gorilla looking dude with like beard and everything. I mean, I want to call him like Off Price Brody. That's basically who he looked like to me.
Mm-hmm.
But I digress. So as soon as he came out, and he came out with a "oh yeah," that was it. That's all you need. That's all you really need to hear, and you know who it is. Plus, you don't even have to be a wrestling fan to know who the Macho Man is. Everybody's at least snapped into a Slim Jim once in their lifetime. You know, plus he's the one who an innovator as well, who had the first real mainstream female valet manager, whatever you want to call her. That's what she was. So I mean, yeah, you're right. What's there not to say? I mean, I'm sure it was the cocaine and steroids, brother, along with the beef jerky. Yeah. But all right. So that was your 4.
Yep, 4. So Mach is on my mountain.
Good. So Mach is on the mountain. He's on my mountain too. So that's good. 3. Stone Cold. I got Austin at 3. Yet another Attitude Era star who from the words of Vincent Kennedy McMahon himself is the greatest WWF superstar of all time. That's coming from him when he inducted him into the Hall of Fame. He had the rivalry between him and Vince. I'm sorry, it will go unrivaled. I don't think there'll ever be another rivalry like that ever to draw so much. I mean, it drew so much because I mean, think about it. Your average, like, you know, ham and egger goes to work, punches in, punches out, deals with an asshole boss. Who wouldn't want to just go to their boss, slap him around, flip him off, push him down a ramp in a wheelchair,
pour cement in his car,
I was about to say, spray him with beer.
That was the best shit ever.
What else? Oh yeah, visit him in the hospital and beat the holy hell out of him there.
Hey, I can hear the bedpan sound even before he hits him. I hear it.
Oh yeah, it's a big ping, and it lets off a nice little reverb echo. And you know, drove monster trucks into arenas. Anything he could drive, he drove. He blew up buses. He didn't care. I mean, and that was the best part is he just didn't. I think that's why he's on the mountain, because he was the attitude in the Attitude Era.
Be that as it may,
I mean,
he ain't make my mountain.
What's that?
He ain't make my mountain. I had Austin low. I had Austin.
Wow.
I had Austin at 19.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Overall, man, like, look, one hot era ain't gonna make you one of the greatest ever for me. One hot era just ain't gonna do it.
But that one hot era was.
If I'm going overall body of work, that would be the equivalent of, you can say, championships aside, because you know they're not won, they're kind of awarded.
They're awarded. All right.
You could compare Austin to like James Harden. He was good at WCW. Harden was good at OKC, right? But he didn't really get good to the end. Nobody really knew who he was, and he ain't blow up until he got to Houston, as Austin did when he got to New York. Okay, but
then, you know, let's be fair.
I can't really make because he drew money, which was great, and because he sold merchandise, which was great.
He put asses in seats, man,
which was great. I'm talking about what you did in that 20 by 20. What you did in that 20 by 20.
Yep. And you know what? And I think, and I believe, yeah, and I think I'm right on this one. He's not a Triple Crown or Grand Slam, because he's only missing the Intercontinental, right?
No, he was Intercontinental champion.
He was Intercontinental. Yeah, you're right.
Rock and him and Owen Hart. Yeah.
Yeah, he was in a. Yeah, that's right. Because I remember. Yeah, come on, he
He's
threw
a
the damn
Grand Slam
belt.
champ. Yeah,
Yeah, he threw the damn belt over the
absolute-
fucking bridge. Yeah,
That was in I think Alabama, I think.
I thought it was
But
New
yeah,
Hampshire. But
he definitely at the time that he was there, the only one that was available for him to win that he didn't win was a European championship.
yeah, I think that's because that was getting bounced around with the low card. Well, no, Michael said it at the time,
Yeah,
and then it was getting bounced around between him, H,
right.
and Owen, and then it just kind of took off from there.
Right.
But I still say Austin. I mean, despite he's on my mountain, but go on. What's your 3?
I mean, if you can convince me to bump somebody from my 4 for Austin, then
Okay.
we
Well,
maybe. But my 3 is Cena
okay.
for all the same reasons why.
For all the same reasons, yeah.
Yeah, and as Austin, but at the same token, you can't really not, because regardless of how a title is given or awarded or won, a record is a record.
Right. No, I feel you.
A record is a record.
A record is a record. But
he did everything for the company that Austin did, and half of what The Rock did outside the company. Because he's really on, he's hosted, he's done voiceovers, he's done guest
movies,
spots.
commercials.
But not movies to the point like The Rock did movies or is doing movies. That's why I'm saying.
Okay, all right, yeah.
That's why I'm saying he did everything for the company that Stone Cold did in the ring, but he only did half of what The Rock did outside the ring, away from the company, which, in my opinion, is just it's right there. It's fair enough to put him where he's at.
Okay.
He's on my mount.
Okay. All right, that's fine. So number 2, and I already know I could feel your head shaking from here. Number 2, I went Flair. And I'll spoil it right now. Number 1 for me is Savage for all your reasons, all of the reasons, because what can't you say about him? But Flair has to be up there. He's on my mountain. He's on both of our mountains. So that one.
Yeah, Flair and Savage are definitely there. So we just got to pretty much agree on, because Flair was my 1.
Yeah.
So my 2, which is gonna give me a reason to explain,
Okay,
is Chris Jericho.
Okay.
The man has reinvented himself more times than the British Bulldog has been repackaged. He's reinvented himself more times than the Big Show has face and heel turned. Like, considering where he started from,
Right,
to where he is now, and to know what his strategy was to get to where he is, he was trying to get to a point. When he was in Stampede, he said, I'm trying to get to New York. He used Stampede to get to Atlanta, used Atlanta to get to New York, used New York to get to Japan, used Japan to get back over here. But in each place he went, he made himself relevant. For however long he was there, he remained relevant. There was nothing about Jericho. He never got stale.
I can think of a couple times that he did, but for the most part, you're right.
But
you're right.
Even when he felt like he was getting stale, he would take some time off, make us miss him, and then pop right back up.
We get the countdown and everything.
Yeah. Oh, and don't get me started on the countdown, because I was there for the first one.
Yeah, you were there for the first one, which I'm totally jealous about, by the way.
Me and Patrick were at the right. It was the Rosemont Horizon. Man, look, I watch it back right now, today still, and because nobody in the building had a clue. That was the best part about it. The internet really wasn't a thing. Dirt sheets weren't really just circulating like that, man. But when we heard all of that pyro, and I don't know, it was I know this is Marky Bell with this comment, but we are actually in the process of getting our women's title, and we will reach out to our women's list, and you are definitely one we are going to reach out to, because we would like to have you on, and come on. So just putting that out there, just because I saw the comment. But okay,
Anyway,
we kind of mentioned that last week too.
but anyways, yes, Jericho is definitely all right. I can kind of make room for him on there, kind of. I'm on the fence, right now because and obviously Flair is your number one, probably for the same reasons why he's on the mountain
Because he's Ric fucking Flair. That's why.
all you need to say. That's all you need to say. That's all you need to say.
Fucking Flair.
Ric Flair.
That's why.
Yeah, exactly. That's all you need to say.
So okay, so now that I've said that, let me retract my statement about the Undertaker being the greatest gimmick ever, because the greatest gimmick ever is Ric Flair.
Yep.
Period. Talk about living your gimmick. Rick damn near lived his gimmick to death a couple times.
And he's still going.
Yeah.
Even though he's not in the ring, he's still going.
He's still the dirtiest player in the game.
He's still that jet flying, limousine riding, woo, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, son of a gun. And I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down.
So Flair, I got Flair at 1.
He spent more money on spilt liquor across from one end of the globe to the next than you have
made in your career. Who did he say that to?
I forgot who he said it to.
Buddy Landell. You out here. Oh my God. Yeah, that was the same promo too.
My shoes cost as much as your house.
Your house. Yeah, man. Ric Flair is the single greatest on the mic ever. Top ever. You don't get no better on that mic.
And another thing was with him, if he's going to sit there and tell you he's got a Rolls Royce, the stretch limo out back waiting on him with this, that, and the other in there, you can bet your ass that it was there.
It's right there. It's right there. He ain't gonna walk you out to no Oldsmobile station wagon. I know that.
No, he's not gonna, or Lincoln Continental. No, he's
maybe a Continental, depending on what city he's in.
Well, I can tell you right now, when I went to Foxwoods for my birthday a couple years back, and it happened to be a Comic-Con, and Ric Flair was there, and we're waiting in line. We're waiting in line, to check into the room because line started forming and everything. And then who pulls up right out to that door that you could see right out of the checkout right when you check in, but Ric Flair in a stretch limo. And what does he do? He goes right to the front of the line because I was next. And people behind me are like, "You're not going to say anything?"
Hell no, I'm not going to say nothing. Do you know who that is?
Yeah, that's Ric
no,
fucking Flair.
I am not a Ric fucking Flair.
If anything, I'm going to wave.
Yep, because I won't be able to say nothing. That's why I didn't say nothing, because damn it, I can't.
I was like, you can go say something, but I'm going to say radio.
I'm not saying
I'm
a damn
right
thing.
here until my name is called. So.
Or until he's done. Whichever comes first.
Yeah.
Whichever comes first.
It was just so funny because my buddy was just so like stoned out of his gourd. And he noticed it. We're like, I'm trying to check into the room, and he's like, "Dude, go get a picture with him. Go." I'm like, the lady has my credit card, and she's running it, and I'm like, I'm trying to check into the fucking room.
You're right.
It's like, you don't do that. Quit acting a fool.
Yeah.
It's like he's acting a whole. I mean, I don't know who marked out more, him or me, but I'm like containing it. But I'm like, wow, Ric Flair just cut me in line. So, and you're right. Who's gonna say something to him?
I need you to convince me to put Austin on this mountain.
Okay. All right. So now. So now that we've come to an agreement that Flair and Savage are on the mountain. They're on the mountain. Cowboy hat and all. Actually, you know what? No, I want Macho King on the mountain.
Macho King was a champion, though.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. He had the crown. The crown, dude. That's all he needs. Doesn't matter.
I want WrestleMania 4 version Macho Man on my mountain.
Okay,
WrestleMania 4 version Macho Man.
Either way, he has the beard and the glasses going, yeah. I want somebody to push a button when you walk when you see it, and you can hear him go, oh yeah. And then that's
we got to put a woo button on there for Flair then.
Yeah, of course. So you have to. Because okay, Steve Austin needs to be on this mountain. I mean, it's I don't know who this is, but yes, I haven't been listening to sports.
That's Mike.
I haven't been, no, and I've been using
that's Mike.
I've been
You know who has been listening? The same dude that's been trying to get on so we can talk playoff basketball, but I haven't been reached out to yet, bro.
Yeah, it's all right. No, I've been using Part Deux ever since Hot Shots came out for everything. So, but yeah, I mean, whatever. Yeah. Sorry if I have to pay a copyright fee. Then just let me know where to send the check.
No, nope. No, not even. I got you, Mike. Mike know what's up.
Yeah,
Mike know what's up.
Word. But Austin needs to be on this mountain. It's again, and I will agree to Austin. I will agree to Cena if we put Austin on there.
Who do I have to take off to put Austin on there? Because Jericho ain't moving.
And
I would have to take Cena off to put Austin on because I can't not have Jericho on my mountain, bro. He's done way too much. He's done way too much.
All right. Then you know what? I can agree to that. I will remove. Let me see. So since we have Flair and Savage, I will remove Dwayne. Dwayne is now a spectator. He's paying admission. So you know what? We will put Jericho on there, and we will get the countdown clock. Well, not the countdown clock. I want the fireworks and the glittery shirt, or at least a collar. The glittery collar. We'll put like some rhinestones up there or something.
So you're moving.
I am taking Dwayne off, and I will put Jericho on. I'll agree to that.
Okay. Hold on a second.
So now it all comes down to Cena and Austin. And I guess my only other argument to that would be Cena or Austin over Cena, because Austin kind of handed him the torch. Essentially kind of handed him the torch. Like at the Hall of Fame ceremony, when he got inducted, he cracked open a beer and went out of his way and gave one to Cena. And as the show was coming to a close, which was basically the only way they could pass the torch to each other, because Austin can't wrestle no more. You know that. But again, I mean, you have solid arguments for the both of them. I mean, you can't deny what Cena's done at all. You can't deny what Austin's done. But I mean, just to me, it was. I guess the best way I could word this is if it weren't for Stone Cold and the whole, the Attitude Era does not happen and WCW takes over. Cena kind of was in the, he was there like at the ass end. Like, yeah, once it turned the ass end of the Attitude Era into the Ruthless Aggression.
I can't say, I can't give Austin 100% credit for the Attitude Era. It's not like
can't. But I mean, there are a lot of things like
it's not like Vince.
You're right, but
it's not like Vince couldn't have put that creative energy into someone who was just as good.
Then who would you?
There were guys. I mean,
that spot then. Like for the I'm not talking in the Attitude Era. Who would you put in that spot?
I'm trying to think of who all was there at the time, like full time, because Brett was pretty much on his way out.
Brett was already out, which basically kicked it off.
Yeah.
Michaels wasn't really.
He was there. Yeah, but he was on his way out too, because WrestleMania 14.
Yeah.
After that, he didn't.
And he just made appearances here and there after that.
Yeah. Taker was there still.
Taker was there.
He was pissed at Triple H, so he kind of held him back.
Yeah.
For a while.
Curtain Call did him in.
You could have done better with Owen Hart.
But we all know what happened.
Yeah, but I'm talking at the beginning of the Attitude Era. I'm talking about at the beginning. I'm talking at the because
definitely at the beginning. But no, hear me out on this. No, we take away the Owen Hart incident. Okay,
because
that's a clear result of what I'm saying. You could have done better with him to not even have put him in a position to be the Blue Blazer and do this stupid ass repel shit. You know, we can talk about that in a whole.
But I really think, when it comes to Owen, I still think that there was some like bad taste from the Montreal incident on both ends on that one.
True, but that still would have given him the right.
About that.
That still would have given him the option to work out his contract. You know what I'm saying, and then just leave. But that he could have been booked so much better.
Oh,
after his brother, he got Vince punished Owen for Brett leaving. That's
Right.
what that whole. That's all of that dumb shit he had him doing toward the end and making him be the Blue Blazer and all that stuff. He did all of that because he was mad at his brother. Owen was championship material. Period.
Yeah, he
was championship material
multiple times,
hands down. But that wasn't his fault.
But we'll never know. I mean,
that was not his fault.
No, clearly it was not his fault.
So you could have given him the ball during the Attitude Era. Easily could have given him the ball during that. You had a guy who had been a proven world champion in another organization. You had Ron Simmons, and you made a clown out of him at first until the whole nation thing took off. But we all know how Vince feels about doing stuff like that. He could have held it down during the Attitude Era. There was a number of guys. I just really think that. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Austin was in the right place at the right time, but it worked. It worked. That's no knock against him.
Nope.
That's no knock against him. And really, nobody knew how well it was going to work until it started working.
I guess. I mean.
So yeah, I guess we can put Stone Cold on the mountain, man.
All right, I'm okay with that. So
I just went through that whole lengthy ass explanation.
So
our Mount Rushmore consists of Chris Jericho, Stone Cold, the Macho Man, and the man who's held more titles than anybody, world titles, and that would be Ric Flair. I don't care if you say John Cena because they just now credited Ric Flair with an extra title defense. They did because he had a title win that wasn't recognized until just recently.
Where was it? An NWA?
It was.
Had to have been.
It was.
Was that the whole one that he from when he went to Puerto Rico and lost, and that one didn't get recognized, and
that didn't get recognized, but I know that he had one title, one world title. I want to say run or win that went unrecognized up until like just recently. Because if you look, if the next time he's on TV, you look at his little video screen, it now says 17 time.
You know what? I think that might be bait for Cena to come back.
It has to be.
That might be some bait for John to come back.
Or right on his heels is Orton. So don't be surprised. Don't be surprised they give him another couple of runs because you remember he's H's boy. I mean, will it happen? Could, but
I'd rather not though. I'd rather not.
Not really.
Orton is that guy you give the belt to when like you got injury.
You know you're okay. He's like, I don't want to say transitional, but
he can be. He has been.
Yeah,
but when you got like a depleted roster and he's like the best thing you got. Orton these days has become your third string quarterback type champion.
He's a third string quarterback that can come in and win the game for you.
Colt McCoy.
Yeah. Perfect example right there. I'd even, or if you want to even say backup, he's like the modern day Frank Reich. So,
wow. Okay.
We all know what happened.
I'll give you that. Right. I'll give you that.
Yeah, the modern day Frank Reich. But that's it, man. Wow, this was too.
Yeah, there it was. Tango, I'm sad you missed out, man.
Me too, man, because I know this would have went. We would have been reaching the 2 hour mark. I would have wake Pettingill up again to give us an update or something.
To see what Lord Alfred Hayes is up to.
Promotional considerations paid for by the following.
Oh, that I gotta watch some
Stripes fruit gum.
I gotta watch some superstars now so I can catch one of those.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, I know. And they always gave you Ico Pro or Ico Pro.
Yo, somebody need to write Vince and tell him he need to print up some Ico Pro shirts for the shop. I will buy an Ico Pro shirt.
Me too, man. I remember Ico Pro.
If Vince put out the shirts, I'm not gonna buy Ico Pro. I just want a shirt.
No, I remember Ico Pro because look,
give me a banner
pushing it.
Yeah, and then everybody was just wearing it and talking. I remember
and then
one
you see
episode.
banners, you see like little banners up in the arenas that say,
"All right, it'd be Ico Pro." Right?
Yes. Going back to the WBF days.
Oh man! Oh, please don't get me started on that. Please don't get me started on that. If it wasn't for the WBF
and Cameo,
if it wasn't for the WBF, we would have never had to suffer through Luger on our TVs multiple times a week.
Yeah, sorry.
I knew that was a sham when they did the
Sorry,
interview.
Alan
I knew that was a sham when they did the interview with him at WrestleMania 8. Like, he ain't there for bodybuilding. Lex Luger about to come and wrestle. Lo and behold, WrestleMania 9, Royal Rumble leading up to that is Narcissi. I mean, Narcissi.
Yep. I remember them little packages with Bobby the Brain. You guys aren't ready for Narcissus.
And they didn't even manage him.
No, he was his executive consultant.
Yeah, that was another burial, though. You build him up coming over, and then you don't even give him a title run. I mean, which was cool. I didn't really care that Luger didn't win the title.
Hey, listen, the only Lex Express that's going on now is that wheelchair of his. Might need a new battery.
Wow.
So, but you know what? Whatever. I have animosity towards Lex Luger. I'm not
Everybody
a fan.
does.
I'm just like everybody except Alan J.
No,
who has to remind us every day.
Yeah. I got to get to the bottom of that.
Yeah, we all need to get to the bottom of that and the whole Eva Marie thing. We need to get to the real bottom. We really need to, I know that's the boss's girl and everything, but we ain't trying to do all that.
Nah, I'll pass.
Yeah, that's a hard pass for me.
Yep. But no look too, because I'm not trying to see none of that shit.
I don't care if it's a turnover. It's a hard pass.
I'm kidding.
I mean, okay. Garbage time. But
so I don't have a shout out this week.
You know what? Neither do I.
But I do have something I need to get off my chest.
Fire away, man.
I'm still upset about Velveteen Dream's release.
Yes.
Because it was still to this day only speculation. And it was accusations and nothing was proven. So, like, what, man? You had a star.
And they dropped the ball.
A star. Dude is 24 years old. Probably the best athlete next to Montez Ford. But a star. I mean, if it comes to light that he did something he ain't had no business doing, then yeah. But I understand.
But they have nothing.
But they don't. They don't. And you know what else they don't have? You know what else they don't have? They don't have Patrick Clark Jr. anymore. That's what else they don't have. All y'all had, look, should have just moved him up to Maine. He was ready. He could have been. He could have been IC champ right now. He could have been IC champ a year and a half ago.
Right. He really could have. But again, what really bothered me about that is that they kept him on for so long. And they're like, yeah, okay, it was because of injury, he got into a car accident. Yeah, all right, I get that. But then he recovered and they still kind of gave him.
They brought him back and they buried him on screen because they brought him back for a few matches, and I don't think when he came back from injury, I don't think he won a match.
No, he did not. You're right.
Also, I'm mad that Tom Phillips got released today too.
Not Tom Mike.
Yes, Mike Tom is gone.
Mike Tom
is gone.
Tom Mike, yeah, he's gone, man.
Get rid of the dude from MLB Network. I'm fully expecting Phillips to be on Monday. Mike Tom don't even have a job no more.
No, Mike Tom is out. Unbelievable, man. These cuts are just getting ridiculous. But to touch on the Velveteen Dream thing, I think, and I'm hoping that. Shout out to Taylor TC3, by the way.
Yes, to his point. I know what you're going to say.
His point was that maybe it was like, go and get your shit together and we'll bring you back, which I accept,
Because that's what Vince did with Drew. He did it with Drew.
Yeah, I mean, they did it with Drew. They did it with Michaels.
Jeff Hardy multiple times.
Well, him and Jannetty, because when they first came in, like their first day, they got fired for doing something ridiculous. I remember seeing that on the Mark Jolliffe biography on A&E. And yeah, I'm gonna keep saying his name until he shows up in the comments. So, but yeah, that's what happened. Taker even said it too. Like when I met them two at first, they were a couple of peckerheads.
Yeah, because they were young and
and they fired him, and then they fired him. They let them go, and then a couple years, or not even a couple years, like just under a year later, they brought him back. So it has happened before, multiple times. So I'm hoping that's what they're gonna do. But as of right now, he said it himself. The dream is officially over, but Patrick Clark Jr. it still lives on. So
yeah, he'll pop up somewhere. Hopefully,
I hope so.
I don't, but I just
won't give him his Velveteen Dream. They won't give him his Velveteen Dream gimmick, but
he won't need it.
He ain't gonna need it, but
he won't need it. Trust me, he won't need it.
I miss the music, man.
Yeah, I wonder if I got it in. I'll probably do. I probably do.
All right, so we can answer some fan mail here. I'm curious as to whether WWE will continue to push black talent when crowds start coming back, or was it just them throwing us a bone because everything was shut down?
It's a great question.
That's a great point, man. It's a great point, great question, because
Ms. Marquis, that is an excellent question.
Question.
Because you know what? It's kind of obvious. Like, you got Apollo and Big E feuding over the IC strap over on SmackDown. Kofi's getting his push right now. Bianca's with this major title. Street Profits got a big match coming up tomorrow night against Usos. They've had a couple tag title runs. I mean,
that's a valid point.
But let's hope so.
Let's hope so.
That.
I mean, I'm here for it.
Let's hope so, because I mean, let's just be real. A lot of the black talent puts in so much work that just doesn't get recognized
at all,
and you have some serious gems on that roster. Like much as I don't want to see it, Street Profits need to split. Dawkins is getting carried.
It's gonna happen.
It is, but it needs to happen sooner rather than later.
Yeah, because
Dawkins is getting carried. Like, he's good, but I mean, Montez Ford is just.
I know Ken's just a dude, right?
Yo, he has the potential to be one of the better in-ring and promo guys. Like one of the top in-ring and promo guys. Because he has it, man. He really does. And even Taco.
Oh yeah, Taco.
I couldn't think of it. I intend on giving him a new name. I forgot what we were going to call it.
Chalupa Fall.
Chalupa Fall, yes.
Gordita Fall or
yes,
whatever.
Gordita Fall.
Yeah,
yes,
Gordita Fall. Yep. We got to remember that, man. I'm writing that down.
Yeah, we got to write that down. But even him coming in and getting a small little push, thanks to AJ. But let's hope so when crowds come back. And I mean, just
to kind of like touch on that, I mean, because I think everything that needed to be said has already been said on your end. But I mean, they're bringing Kofi back into the title picture, yes. But does that mean that they're gonna put him over in front of a live crowd again? Because I'm gonna tell you what, when they did at Mania, I was there, and I was the loudest pop I have ever been a part of, ever. So I'm hoping for that again.
And then in that whole rant, I forgot about Bob. Sorry.
No, and Bob. Yeah, you can't forget about Bob.
Sorry about that, Chief Bobby Mo. I didn't mean to forget about you.
Yeah, Bobby Mo. Come on, him Chief and Montel, man. They've been killing it.
So let's hope so, man. That would be it wouldn't really be a change of pace. It would just if it ain't broke,
don't fix it. Yeah,
don't
leave it alone.
Don't even fucking touch it.
But remember who we're dealing with.
That is true.
So, if it ain't broke, Vince is gonna he's gonna disassemble it and try to put it back together.
Seriously, with no
So,
directions or nothing.
And that's all I got. Like I said, I ain't got no shout outs this week either. Because this list was daunting. But once again, you guys, I'm gonna, before we close it out, as per usual, like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your buddies, tell your coworkers, tell whoever, man, who'd be interested. Tune in. We'd love to hear from you. Also, we're looking for show ideas. Please, again, fire them off to us, man.
Please do.
We have some stuff that we're planning later on down the line. Obviously, we're gonna do a top 50 women. We're gonna do tag teams, and I mean, definitely.
You know what? I was thinking about something this morning about the women.
Okay.
The shorter the list, the more prestigious.
Okay, so what do you want to do? 25? 20?
25. The
25.
shorter the list, the more prestigious.
All right, so then we need to get to work on that. Yes. Marky Bell, we're looking at you because I know we're and Nia Kennedy. We want you in on this
thank
too.
You. Yes, please and thank you. Jules, you too. Throw some in.
I mean, we want to make this, make these lists right.
Yeah, sure do.
And y'all's input is just as good.
And who better?
Yeah, who
better?
Just
just be in wrestling fan mode, Marky. Don't be in teacher mode, because
yes,
I don't know if I can handle the school teacher scowl again. I ain't been.
She's gonna send you to the office.
To the office.
Stay after school.
That's right.
Dust off chalkboards. Or they don't even use chalkboards anymore. What am I talking about?
Sure don't.
So, but that's it. Next week we'll have something else for you. But until next Thursday, you guys have a good night. Be safe. Enjoy your Memorial Day weekend.
It is a holiday weekend. Wow,
that's
I forgot.
Right. Enjoy your Memorial Day weekend.
I work all weekend.
Be merry. Do drink, but do not drink and drive. That is just plain stupid.
Yep, sure is.
And the Sharks are out. They're already out on 195 looking for people in the morning. And no, I've never been to the office before.
I've been plenty, and I'm tired of it personally. I've been plenty. Anybody who know me know. Casey know.
But yeah, eat some burgers, eat some dogs. Watch who makes that potato salad, and just make sure everything's right. Enjoy your Memorial Day weekend. We'll do it again next week. Where next week will be my last show at 41. So
up there, I'm gonna be getting to the Ronnie Lott number this year.
That's right. But until next week, guys. For William Richmond, I'm Dan. Dig it. See ya.